Conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Good morning, team. In this Azure Data Engineer Master Program, so we will be talking about copy multiple tables incrementally from Azure SQL Database to ADLS Gen2. Okay. So what is incremental load, team? Anybody can you tell me what is incremental load?
The delta data load on daily basis based upon the transaction data available, new transaction data available on the source.
Okay. So whatever data which is coming from source, we are going to take only the new data instead of copying the same data. Yesterday we discussed, but quickly I'll revise today. What we need to quickly revise is we need to just see what is the pipeline that we built team yesterday. We have built a pipeline like this, right? Where first lookup activity, which is reading our configuration like this, source schema, source table, delta column, last first value, right? Then we are passing that values to the foreach. Foreach will pass those values to the lookup. Lookup will get the max value. So we will be passing that lookup output to the copy activity. Sorry, we are not passing the lookup output to copy activity. Instead, copy activity is going to query the data, and it is going to fetch the incremental records, because it is going to query like this: select star from table where delta column greater than the last processed. It will give you newly arrived records into the source table, and that we will copy into target. After that, we will take a look of max value and we will update it in the configuration table. Correct? This is what we have done. Everybody remember? So what is full load team? Full load means, so day one you have 1 million, you will copy. Day two you will be copying the 2 million records. Day three you will be copying the 3 million records. But unnecessarily, if you are copying same data again and again, which increase the storage cost because you are storing duplicate data, your pipeline will take more time. Your pipeline is taking more time means more compute is going to be used. More compute means cost will be increased. That is a problem. So to avoid that, we will be going to the incremental load. Incremental load means first 1 million we will copy day one. Day two we will copy only newly arrived 1 million instead of copying the day one 1 million also. So day two, what we are doing, we are not copying the day one 1 million. Instead, we will be copying newly arrived data, which is not copied earlier. Day three also same thing. Correct. All these things leave it because already you know. So the just a kind of quick revision. Max of CID from this table means 14. Max of C join date means maximum date is 2020-11/04. That is going to come. So if you see the select star from first where C join date greater than 2020-11/0 to 10/10/10 means it will give you the records whatever is arrived after this. What all records arrived after this? 3 and 4. Select star from first table where C join date greater than this means what all records are there? What all records are going to come in the output team? Only fourth record, correct? So this is the day one. Can you tell me what is the maximum timestamp team? What is the max C join date? From this, can you tell me what is the max C join date?
On 2011
11:01
and
0
10.
Okay,
10.
2011/01 is the C join date. What is the last processed value?
On 2011 01 09 10 10.
I am asking what is the last processed value team?
1990 hyphen 01 01 000.
Okay.
100.
1900/01/01/000 is the last processed value. So what should be the query I need to fire on the source to get incremental records team?
Greater than 19000101.
Select star from the first table, let's say, where C join date greater than 1900/01/01/00, like this. When I query, what it will give one record that I'll copy into data lake. Then we will take this max value and we will update this last processed value. Correct? So when I go to the day 2, so day 2 what happens? My max value is this. What is my last first value till? Day 2 what will
2020 11 01 9 10 10.
okay same. What should be the query? Select star from table where C joined greater than this. If I do this, how many records are going to come in the output?
0 records.
0.
0 record. We are not copying anything because there is no new data. So same will be updated in the last post value. Now, day 3. What is the max dating? What is the max C join dating?
2020 11 02 8 10 10.
Correct. 2020 1102 is the max date. What is the last processed value? What is the last processed value, team?
2020 11 01 09 10 10.
2020 11 01 9 10 10 is the last. What should be the query we need to execute? Select star from table where C joined greater than 2020 11 01 9 10 10. So when you do this, what is going to happen? It will copy the data into cust, and then this max value will be taking and we will be updating here. Because when you fire, only one record will come that you will be copying. Okay. Next, day 4. What is the max value, team? 2020 11 04. What is the last processed value?
2020 11 02 8 10 10.
Okay. So what should be the query that I need to form?
Select star from
Hmm.
cust where C
Table.
join date
Okay.
is greater than 2020 11 02 8 10 10.
Okay, perfect. So when you fire it, it will give you 2 records. You'll copy them. You will take this max value and update in the configuration table. That's it, right?
Yes, sir.
So day 5, you don't have any data, same max value, same last first value. So you will be querying like this, but you don't get any data, new data, because there is no new data. So max value will be same. Okay. Now what we need to do, lookup will read a metadata like this multiple tables it is going to read, and you will pass them to for each. For each will give the one by one item. First for custom table you will get a max value, and you will pass that to the copy activity, and it will query the data which is greater than last processed value. If at all new any data is there, it will bring it, copy into blob or data lake, then we'll be using stored process to update it. Once it is done for the customer table, same it will repeat for the again employee table. It will read it again, it will query the data which is greater than the employee ID 0. Then it will copy into blob and it will be updating the last processed value. Once this is completed for the employee, then again it will do for the sales table. So once this is completed for the sales, then again it will be executed for the transaction table. Understood, Tim? Everybody understood?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? So now what we will do, so I'll just go and create my source, that is Azure SQL Database. I'll create portal.azure.com.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Please tell.
Sir, if in the case like for if you have like multiple tables, in this case like 10 tables are there. In this case like config also we have to create 10 rows now, sir.
Correct. 10 rows we need to create. Exactly. Correct.
Okay. So, sir, if so in your case, how many tables max will be there in the database, sir? In that case, so if multiple like in the if customer employee like that, if 50 to 100 also there means config also has to be 50 to 100 rows. It has to be then.
See, simple, right?
Yeah.
If you have a one table, one config
Row.
record will be there. If you have 10 tables, 10 rows will be there. If you have a
Okay.
100 tables, 100 rows will be there. Because you want each incremental table information in the configuration table, so that we will be copying the incremental load we will be doing for that table. Understood? If
Understood.
you keep
Understood.
that table details in the configuration table, we will collect those details from configuration table. we will do the incremental load. Clear, Kishore?
Thank you, sir.
Any other doubts, Tim? Your batch and Databricks batch is good. People are asking questions. Some batches, nobody will ask questions. People are very silent. It is very difficult to teach. Okay, so this is Azure SQL Database. I'm creating a SQL database team. So pay as you go. The resource group is Cloud Pandit -dev-rg. Click OK. Database name is devdb. Server name is dev server 2409. Use SQL authentication. Use the password. So this is the username, this is the password. Click OK. So database name, server name is given. Then I am using the budget friendly database. Click apply. Then click networking, public endpoint, allowing Azure services, my IP, security, additional settings. I want an empty database. I don't want any sample data. Click tags, click review plus create. Click create. Okay, source database is going to be created. Now let's go and create our target, which is data lake storage. Go to storage accounts, click on create storage account. Storage account name is cloud pandit -dev -adf workspace. Sorry, dev ADLS. Click next. Enable hierarchical namespace. Click review plus create. Click create. Okay, so this is the database. This is the storage account. Then we are going for portal.azure.com. So I want to create a database I created here, storage account I created. Now I want to create a data factory team. So search for data factory. Click on create data factory. This is a resource group. Name of the data factory is cloud pandit -dev ADF workspace 2409. Click review plus create. Click create. So this is the database, this is the data lake, this is the data factory. Okay, database, data lake, data factory. Okay, data factory is ready, data lake is ready, database is going to come up. Okay, just wait for a few more minutes, it will be available. Meantime, I'll open Data Studio. Just wait. Just a minute. Okay, so what we wanted to do is now database. I'm just keeping this also very clean. Let's close this. Let's keep everything clean. Okay, we'll see now. The screen is appears to be very big. Okay, fine. So now the database is ready. Team, let's connect to this database from Data Studio. Copy this. Put this particular table here. Database name. I'll just dev db. I'll use click, okay. Now what we wanted to do, team, so let's let it load. Once it is loaded, what I will do is I'll just close this. I'll right click on the server, click on new query. Now if you look at this tables, right, so you don't have any tables because I have taken a empty table. Correct, I have taken a empty database. Now first I want to create a table called customer table. Create table cust cid int cname varchar of 255. Let's say customer balance, c balance int, and last updated. Okay, last updated date. So this is the one table that I want to create. Next I want to create table product id int product name varchar of 255 manufacturing manufactured year int. Let's say manufacturer name varchar of 255. Okay, clear. So after manufacturing here, maybe we will consider, instead of manufacturing, right, maybe we'll consider category. Okay, category of the product. Then what else? So we want to say this is also last updated. Instead of that, product specification updated date. Okay, maybe I don't want to keep all the dates as same because I want to show you can have a different columns. No need to be last updated everywhere. That's why you can say updated on timestamp. Maybe let's say you have a column like this. Okay, next you have a table called employee id int employee name varchar of 255 employee salary int and employee row or department. Let's say department, which is varchar of 255. Okay, so three tables I'm taking. Okay, these are the three source tables I'm creating. Let's create these three source tables. We are good with these three source tables, or you have any problem with this? Now, can you tell me in customer table, based on what column do you think we are going to identify the new records? ID. Okay, remember, so basically based on ID, based on last updated date, you can able to take. But if you take based on ID, let's say you have a two customers today. Okay, now you will mark I have processed data up to ID 2. Next day what happened, again ID 1 updated but third customer came. Now what you will do, you will say greater than 2. Greater than 2 means only third record will come. 1 is not going to come because 1 is the same ID but which is updated. So that's why if you're taking a cust ID, do you think is it the right column to identify the incremental records? Because incremental records means
No.
not only new records, right? You also need to take the updated records. Are you able to understand scenario?
Yes, sir.
Yes, correct.
So based on this scenario, tell me which is the right column you think we need to pick from the customer table.
Last update.
Last
Last
update.
okay, last updated maybe, let's say. Okay, next for product table also same, so we need to take updated on timestamp. But for employee, you see there is no updated date they are maintaining. So what it means is there is no updates are going to happen. If there is a revision in the salary, if they change the department, so they are going to maintain these new records. The initial employee details will be here, but any salary revision, any department changes, those will be tracked in the different table. So that's why there is no updates are going to happen. So here whenever new employee join, then only you need to take. For example, 2 employees are there, there is no chance that the same employee record is going to update here. If there is update in salary, update in department, those are going to be changed in different tables. They are maintaining those changes. So that's why here only changes. The thing that is going to happen is new employees is going to add, but existing employee updates are not going to happen. In this case, what you can do, let's say you have taken up to ID2, you have copied. Next to only chances, new employees are going to come, but existing employee is not going to change. In that case, you can use the employee ID. Okay, I want to take a combination of date and the IDs both today in the multi-table incremental load. That's why in employee table, I will take employee ID as a column for fetching the incremental records. From the cust and product table, we are going to fetch the cust and product tables from the source. Clear all of you? Now I want to create a config table also. Create table. Create table tbl config id int source schema varchar of 255 source table varchar of 255 sync path varchar of 255 delta column varchar of 255 last processed value varchar of 255 is active, which is int. Now you say I'm going to insert the records, insert into tbl config. Values are 1. First table is dbo is the schema. First is the table. You can see right side tables are created now. So these are under dbo schema, dbo.cust. It should be loaded into the global / India / bronze / cust. And the delta column is last updated. What should be the LPV value, team? Please tell me what is the LPV value.
1900
1900
Okay. Next. Second record, third record, fourth record also you can have. dbo.product, let's say now. I'm saying product here. So product table has updated on TS, but the last processed value is same. And then you have an employee table. This employee table is based on employee ID. The last processed value should be 0 for the employee ID. Employee ID should be 0 because 0 employees we have copied as of now. And fourth record is, let's say, sales transactions. But sales transaction is not available, so I'll mark this as a 0 for now. Understood? Everybody understood? I'm creating a configuration table as well and inserted the data into the configuration table. Are we all good till here, or anybody have any doubts?
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Everybody please confirm, team.
Yes.
Sunil,
Now good. Yes, good.
Ganesh is outside. Rajkumar, Jay Kishore is fine, he said. Okay. So now what we will do, Tim, let's insert few records into these three tables, okay? Because we need some sample data to get started, right? So that's why I'll insert in. Okay, one more thing I want to do before I insert the data. I want to create one stored procedure to update it, right? Create a proc tbl config underscore usb as begin end. What we wanted to do, we want to update a tbl config table and we want to set the lpv value. This lpv value we should get through the param lpv. So but which record you need to update, that you can decide based on the id that I am passing. I'll give you the id. Okay, id I'll pass as a parameter. You need to take the id and you also need to take the last processed value. These two things you need to take and you need to process one by one. Understood?
Sir.
Okay, so I'll give you the id, I'll give you the last processed value what you have to update. So what you are doing, based on if I give one, you are identifying this row uniquely and you will update it here. If I give the id 2, you will identify this row uniquely. id 2 means uniquely you will identify this, you will be updating this value. If I give 3, you will identify this record uniquely and you will update the last the employee id from 0 to based on how many records we have copied till max employee id. Because when you joined in your organization, what happens, employee IDs are the sequence numbers. If you have ever seen, if your friend and yourself joined on same day, you will see in a sequence your employee IDs. Okay, now so with this I'm creating a procedure. Okay, we are good with this. Now I want to start inserting few records into this tables. Now just I want to have a schema information, that's why insert into cust values are, let's say 1, let's say 100. Rama balance is, let's say 111 rupees. Last updated is 2020, let's say 2025 01 01 10 o'clock 10 minutes 10 seconds. So only one record I am inserting into customer table. Now I am inserting into the product table, team. Insert into product table values are, so product id is, let's say something like this, id is there. Product name is, let's say laptop electric. Okay, so what should be the product category, team? You have to say electronics, correct? And then it should be updated on ts is, let's say it is updated on 2025 04 let's say 2025 04 0405 11 o'clock 12 minutes 43 seconds they have taken this. And there is one more product, let's say we consider it as headphones. Okay, let's say headphones. Electronics. So this particular record came on, let's say 6th 6 8 o'clock 30 minutes 45 seconds. Okay, two records I'm inserting. Okay, I'll insert all these things at once. Let's say insert into employee table values are, okay, let's say 1 Shiva, salary 1000, department is developer. Let's say 2 3 throw or take Okay, let's say this is 200, this is 3,000, 2,000, 3,000 is let's say architect, and is tester. Okay, so now I'm inserting all this table data. Okay, in each table we have inserted 1 records, 2 records, 3 records. Now let's query this table. Select star from first, select star from employee product, select star from employee. Now you can see team, customer table is having 1 record, product table is having 2 records, employee table is having 3 records. Everybody understood? Now if you see configuration table, currently configuration details are like this. Let me also query the configuration table. Now you can see, right? So 1900 but after processing, what should be the last processed value will update for the customer table team? From 1900 to what value it will update here?
2025 0101
2025 0101 is going to update. For product table, what should update here team? After processing.
2025 0606 8030.
Okay. What should be the employee ID it is going to update here? 3.
3.
Okay, understood, right? Good. Now, data lake side, no need to do anything. Go to data factory directly. First, let's create a 2 linked services, 2 data sets. Go to manage linked services. Click on new linked service for SQL database. Just please be focused. SQL DB. Subscription is this. Server name is this. Database name is DevDB. Username is this. Password is this. Test connection team. Click create. Okay. Similarly, click on new linked service for ADLS Gen2. LS for ADLS Gen2. Subscription is this. Storage account name is this. Test the connection. Test connection successful. You can create it. So you have created a connection for database, connection for data lake. Now come to author tab. Let's create 2 new data sets. One is for SQL database. It's a DS, so you have to set DS for SQL database. This is the linked service. It's a generic, no need to use any parameters and all, also not required. Click on new dataset again for data lake storage Gen2 as a CSV. DS for ADLS Gen2. Linked service is this. But as I said yesterday, we need to create a parameter for the sync set. Click OK. Go to parameters. Create a 1 parameter for data lake storage Gen2. Sync path. Where I need to select, as I mentioned when we are practicing, I have observed many people are creating parameters but they are not selecting here. So in connections we need to select here. Okay, don't forget that. I'm repeating again and again so that you will not miss next time. So new pipeline team. So in this pipeline, just to bring the first lookup activity. Okay, so yesterday we have used the lookup activity. Let's try to use a different activity today, script activity. Okay, so that you also will be familiar with all the things. So SQL DB. I want to fire a query, right? The query should be select star from table config where is active equal to is underscore active equal to 1. Check it, is underscore active. Yes. Now if you want to do some test, right, you can, okay, you don't have anything here, just to debug this. Let's look at the output of this. So you see output dot, so curly brace means dot, I said output dot result sets. So whenever square bracket is there, you need to use index. So this is the first one, index. So output dot result sets of 0 dot rows. Okay, understood? What should be the formula? So that's how you need to pass all these items to the foreach. Now this particular items I'm keeping it here. Okay, let it be, not a problem. Come here. So let's close this. Now I want to pass this script activity output to which activity?
For each.
For each loop.
For each. Let's go sequence. Add dynamic content script activity output dot result sets of 0 dot rows. Okay, now go inside for each. So what we need to do inside for each team? Now again you have an option, either you can use a script or you can use a lookup. Whatever you want to use, you can able to use. Maybe let's say I'm using script activity settings, so I'll use here. So I want to say what should be the formula team. Select max of delta column as max value from schema name dot table name. But how this will come? Because you are inside for each, so for each is going to give the items. So for example, so normally let's try to create a queries. So normal query should be like this: select max of last updated as max value from dbo.cust. Okay, similarly for this particular item, the query should be like this: select max of updated on ts as max value from dbo.product. Correct? If it is like this, for this particular item, the formula should be select max of employee ID as max value from dbo.emp. Correct? When
Yes,
for
sir.
each has given the first item, it should be like this. When for each has given second item, it should be like this. When for each has given third item, it should be like this. Now, how you can get that dynamically? This query says very simple, right? Max of last updated date. This is the one. So in order to get that, you need to use at the rate item dot curly brace, close it as max value from DBO. How you will get the DBO? DBO is nothing but a schema. So schema here also you need to say at the rate item dot source schema, close it again at the rate curly brace item dot, I have to say source table. So if I keep this formula and try to replace these values, see I am using this particular formula. If you use this particular dynamic query and you replace the values, you will get this particular query, isn't it? When you have this item replaced with this particular dynamic query, you will get a finally this query. Correct?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Same formula. See here, right? Select max of item dot delta column means last updated, and max value from item dot source schema means DBO, item dot source table means cost. So same formula. If I keep it here for this item, for the second item, if I keep the same formula, now what happens? So delta column here is updated on TS, schema is the DBO, table is product. Same formula, I'll keep it here for the third one. So select max of delta column means employee ID as max value from DBO is the schema, source table is employee. So are you getting what we are trying to do?
Yes, sir.
Meaning this particular formula we need to put it here. Click OK. Now you debug this. Let's see what is the script activity. What script activity is going to return. Okay. There is a failure. Let's see. Invalid column name last updated. Okay, how the query is formed? Let's see. Select max
Um,
of last
I think query is
updated.
correct, sir. But in the DB we changed that last update to last updated, I guess.
Okay, here in the table last updated is there. In here we mark it as a last updated. Okay, you have two things to do. One is you drop this custom table and recreate it. I think after creating we change this. Correct.
Sir.
I'm recreating the custom table with the last updated, and I'll be just inserting. Now it should be fine, right? See last updated. Now here down also in configuration table also we have only last updated. See now last updated. Okay, fine. I think I'll run once again, not a problem. It is going to be successful. Again I'll run it because I don't like this one. So let's run it again because I want to show you properly. So how the query is, this is a hard coded query, so we are not passing anything dynamic. Select star from table config where is that equal to 1. Script one thing, so that is the input, this is the output. Result set count equal to 1, rows count equal to 3. So there are 3 items you are getting. So these 3 items I am going to give it to for each. For each is going to create a first. See, dynamically this query is from db.cust. What it is returning to? It is returning a max value. But how to get this max value? Output dot result sets of 0 dot rows of 0 dot max value.
Max value.
Rows of 0 dot max value. You need to understand how you need to read these things also later. Correct?
Sir. So flower
So
bracket means it's a dot. Whenever any
correct.
array is there, it's a zero. We have to
Yes.
consider as a zero.
So you see output dot result sets of 0 dot rows of 0 dot max value.
Got it, sir.
Now because square bracket means array, so within this array this is the first index, you need to say 0. So within that 0 this is a max value you need to take. So this is a JSON, you need to ask this is a curly brace means JSON, array means array. Array means this is different, and the curly braces means JSON data. So when you have a JSON, it's kind of a dictionary, you need to use a key to get it. But when you have an array, you need to use an index to fetch that particular value. Now we are good, right? So dynamic queries are formed. You see, select max updated on max value db product. Select max of employee is max value from db employee. So what is the max value? So it is given 2025 0101, 2025 0606. So max value is 3 it is saying. Okay. Now what we wanted to do, Now we want to use what tip? We want to use the copy activity. Now you have to give me the dynamic query tip. So I'll just present it like this. So by looking at this, everybody give me a dynamic query to query on the source table, which uh, query on the source table where delta column greater than the last first value. You know, right? Select star from source schema dot source table where delta column greater than the last first value. Give me the dynamic query. Everybody, I'll present my screen like this. Everybody type and put it in the chat. I'm giving you 2 minutes time to do that.
One question, in the where clause, whatever you have written, can we directly keep at the rate item dot delta call instead of having flower braces?
Sometimes it will fail. I think it is not going to work exactly. So that's why I highly recommend you to put this way. Okay, maybe when you have time, you try that out. But I suggest you to do this way. Okay. Source schema, SRC table, delta call, and LPV. Okay, this should be fine. I'm taking this particular query now, the query which you have given. I'm putting this at the source side. Okay, and I'm coming to sync with the data lake storage Gen2. So I'll say item dot. Oh shit. Click on for each. Click on for each. It is giving item. So it should be sync path we need to pass here. Okay, let's say for each has given a first item. Let's only focus on the first item. We are using a source schema, source table, delta column, last crossed value to form the query and to fetch incremental records. Similarly, I am using a item.sync path at the target site to load that particular incremental records in the target site. Okay, after that, so we will be using a stored procedure activity to update. So I'll be using what? This is a linker service, this is a stored procedure. Okay, so just click import parameters, it will import the parameters. So for same item, so now you look at this, on same item, I want to fetch now ID. How to get ID? Item.id. So that in a configuration table, it will identify records uniquely. From that, now I need to pass the last process value. What value you need to update against this ID 1, let's say. So what I need to do for that, I already have written a max of item delta call. It has given me already. So this is the value. So how to get this value? So for that, script tag go to activity output, script activity 2 dot output dot, as I said, output dot result sets of. So square bracket means 0, meaning the center is the 0th index. In that I want rows is the key. In that rows also again, so this is the first index I want to take. Under that, so within that I want to take a key is max value. Okay, now I'll take this, I'll keep it here, result sets of 0 dot rows of 0 dot max value. So with this we are good team. We are reading a multiple configuration table, multiple incremental table details, passing to foreach. Foreach is basically first table max value we are fetching, then we are querying data which is greater than last crossed value and copying into target, then we are updating the last crossed value in the configuration table. With this, let's debug. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand the things, team? Or are you feeling difficulty here?
No, sir. I'm good.
So now you see, select max of last updated as max value from db.cust. So it is going to give you the max value now. Okay, see, it has given max values 20250101. Currently it is what, team? Currently if you see configuration table, let me query this before there is update. Let's query this. I'm just querying the config tables just to show. See, it is already processed, completed. So that's why the data is also saying 202501. See, stored procedure completed. How many records copied? Only one row is read. Script activity 2, basically what it is doing, team, it is select max of updated on TS from the product table. Now it is fetching the max rate from the product table. What is the max value it fetched? 2025-06-06. So this is going to be updated in our config table after copy activity. Now copy activity is going to fetch how many records in product table. We know 2 records are there. Those 2 records it fetched and it is copied into target. It is copied into the target. Now, okay, see copy activity stored procedures. Script to copy activity stored procedure. Script to copy activity stored procedure. Okay. Script to script to see here. This is saying max of employee ID. How many employees we have? Max employee ID value is 3. So it is going to fetch that. Copy activity is already copied. I think 3 records. It's just cute. Wait for a minute. See, copy activity copied how many records? It should copy 3 records. See, 3 records it is copied, and I think stored procedure already just updated. Now if you come here, you will be able to see latest. See, it is 3 2025-06-06 2025-01. It is not changed because it's inactive. We are not touching that. Correct, team? Now pipeline is succeeded. This time I want to run all these things, but in a sequence, not in sequence, in a batch. Batch of all the things are going to run at once. So meaning for each is going to start copying incremental load for these three tables. But do we have any new records? Now my question to all of you is, do we have any
No,
new records? So what is
No.
going to
No.
happen?
no,
The activities are going to copy how many records for each from each table? 0, 0.
0.
Because it is not going to fetch. See, all the three script activities started at once, because for each table one query. This is for product table, this is for product table, this is for customer table, this is for employee table. On success of three script activities, what is happening, team? Three copy activities are started. So this copy activity is copying data from cust where data greater than this, there is no records after that time. So this is a first product table. After 0606 we don't have any records. This is a employee table, which is greater than 3, we don't have any records. Employee greater than 3, we don't have any records. Now you see three copy activities are succeeded, but if you see 0 records, if you click on second copy activity, 0 records. If you click on third copy activity, 0 records. Understood? Now what I will do, I'll quickly, just to show you, I'll insert few more records into this employee table. Let's say what we will say, we will just make it as a 4 here. Niche, say salary 1500. He is also developer, let's say. Fifth, 2200 is a, let's say, B. I'm inserting. Two records I have inserted in this. Yes. First table also. So let's say this is 101. Let's say Krishna record 2025 0201. Okay. Let's say 11 11 11. Okay. If you see 101 Krishna, so it's a new record. So what I also wanted to do, I also want to insert the same record again into the source table. But I want to update what is this customer balance, right? Yeah, customer balance I want to update it to 155, and this record is updated on same date but at a 12 o'clock. Are you getting? Now tell me how many new records you have in cost table, how many new records you have in employee table. We are not touching the product table. If you see how many new records are there,
Same number of
2 records.
how many new records are there, team?
2 new records. And
as
customer.
old, but just
Two new
updated the
records
value.
in the employee table. In customer table, one is update record, one is new record. Correct. Now let's see what is going to happen with our table, team. Now let's see. Script activity for employee table, it should get a max employee ID now is 5. Very good. For the second product table, we don't have change, same 2025 only. For the customer table, the max is 2025 0 to 01. February 1st it is changed. Now copy activity, if you see, 2 records are copied. I think this is for which table, you check it. This is for which table? This is for customer table. For product table, 0 records. We are expecting 0. Yes, 0. For employee records, how many we are expecting? We are expecting the 3 records. Sorry, 2 records. So you see 2 records only available. Now same thing is updated here. Now you can just come here and query this config table to see these changes. Are you able to see employee ID 5 is updated? Here it is updated with the 0 to 01, because if you see these two, within these two, this is a max record, max timestamp. That is what is updated. This is not changed. Understood, team? Same flow. You can use the different activities. Ultimately, same we are going to achieve it. Understood? Please let me know if you have any questions, team. Otherwise, I'm done for the day. That's all for today from my end. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions, team? No means say no. If you have, please ask.
For batch, so do we have any limit set or
I told you, right? I think earlier also I have shown you, but
49?
once I
Yeah,
told you,
49.
no, 50.
50.
So
Okay, yeah, 50.
5 onwards, if I start increasing, it will go up to max 50.
Okay.
It will not go beyond that. Okay. Maximum 50 you can run. If you're not specifying, by default it will run 20. If you specify 50, it will take up to 50. But general in real time, we will run 3 to 3 or 5. We won't run, because in real time, not only our pipeline, right, other pipeline also will run in as per the schedule. So we cannot take enter compute. So that's why 3 to 5 tables will run in parallel in real time. Any other questions? We are good.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Very good.
Okay, then thank you all. That's it for today.